Okay, run the die roll. Do I want to play first? Yeah, I'm still my default play first. This might be a format where you don't need to do that too often, but such is life. I think we'll keep one land, starts getting us all of our morphs online, plus a Jeskai Wind Scout or a Mystic of the Hidden Way. Then we can get these guys turned up later once we draw our forest. So we're good. This is not an aggressive format, so I'm not too worried. You can even stumble a little bit if we don't draw it in the first two draw steps of our turns. Time is of the essence, I must always remember. Alright, opponent has a nice color fixer there. That's what I wish I had. Oh, hey, look, and we even got there. We even got there. Still don't have plays, but how nice is that? Alright, I think I'll lead with the Wind Scout, start getting the beats on. Because why not? Yeah, it has evasion, so I kind of like that. Get to start attacking right away. And then next turn, which morph do we play? I kind of want to protect the Hooded Hydra until I know I have the mana for it. Maybe the Mistfire Weaver. Ooh, goblins. Ooh, an even. That's kind of nice. Also love the idea of getting that guy down. We can bounce a goblin as needed. But I'm going to be blocking this turn, one of the goblins. There might be a combat trick. So I think we'll go with the Mystic. Because it's my least interesting card. I like having the Mistfire Weaver and the Aven get our flyers online. Could do the other guys that are going to cost a lot more later, but I think we have enough to do to be able to be fine. As in, like, get rid of the guys that I may not be able to cast for a while, and have those more susceptible to the trick, like the Trumpet Blast or whatever. But we have enough action to be doing that between now and the time we can cast these. I'm not worried about it. What else you got? Ooh! Alright. Oh, you're lifelinking your dudes up. I see. Do I block? I mean, here's the deal. Yeah, I take 6, my opponent gains 6. Oh, I see, but my opponent's holding back. But I can just morph the Mystic and then kill Sorin, which I need to do. It's a bummer because I'm going to get some hits right now, but it's just too imperative that Sorin goes away. So ouch. Big ol' ouch. We're still going to take 3, but it's not the end of the world. We get to develop our board a wee bit. Not a wee, I mean, we get to at least put out some guys. Goodbye, Sorin. You did a whole lot of damage, but you were dealt with. Nice card. Alright, if I draw a land next turn, I think we just play the Pine Walker, honestly. Just get a big old 5/5 down. We don't get a little bit of value from it, but who cares? We just want big things on the board. My opponent's going to be able to start playing big things now that 5 mana's out, so yeah. Big dudes. Big dudes are nice. If not... Alright, so Leaping Master can now block my dude. Singing Bell Strike? Really not quite there. I want to play that once I can also play a Morph on turn 5. Maybe we just play the Mistfire Weaver after I've tacked in with both my guys. Thing is, I really want to block her for these goblins. They're not that hard to block. So maybe I do just put down another morph. Looks like it's the Pine Walker then. We'll hold the Jeskai Wind Scout back against the Leaping Master. Is that right? Yeah, because forces my opponent to use mana if my opponent wants to go through. That being said, 3, 4, 5. We're on an even race. If I attack with both, that's fine. They'll end up trading. I have more flyers later that I want this guy out of the way. And I can just play a morph right now to play against the golems. Yeah, let's just go attacking with both. I'm fine with this right now. Singing Bellstrike will be for a big dude later. It's not great because we're getting to the later part of the game, but that's okay. And then, yeah. Continue on the morph plan. I think I play the Hydra. It makes it a little susceptible to a combat trick or removal. Nah. We're going to go ahead and rock the Pine Walker. Because I do want the Hydra to get back in this game. I'm going to need that. The thing is, it has... Yeah, but I want to be blocking. That's what it is. I want to make sure this morph blocks. Attack for 2, that's fine. I'm winning that race. If you're doing 2 and I'm doing 5 a turn, that's a-okay. One more land makes life really good. We can play the Ice Feather Aven, Animorph. We can play Singing Bellstrike Animorph. We can just turn up our big old dude. What is this? A Bring Low. Oh, alright. Taking 5 now, losing that race. We're getting cards out of my opponent's hand. We should be able to stabilize fairly soon. Force Away. So that's good. It's an instant for 2. Maybe it is time to play Singing Bellstrike just to stabilize. It kind of sucks though. Maybe we go ahead with Hooded Hydra. We dug out the removal spell. Maybe we're still there. Trumpet Blast kills me. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 13. Yeah, let's just stay alive. We'll attack for 6. We have Force Away. We just want to get a... I guess we can do it now, just get that extra point of damage in. But I'd rather try to get a card out of my opponent's hand. Do something kind of sneaky. Then get that extra point through. Maybe I should have played... Yeah, I should have played the Aven. I was being a little too greedy. No, I want to play Force Away. Probably do it next turn. Alright, what's your follow-up, buddy boy? Aerostorm? Do I have any way to combat that? No, I don't. Alright, I'm dead. Well, there you go. I don't think I rocked that sequence. There's so many decisions there in those sequences. Like, where do you morph and where do you not? So interesting. So much fun. I don't think this is going to work against Sorin too well. Kind of liking this Singing Bellstrike thing again. Especially because I don't really... I got so much to do at 5. I just don't really need, like, this Whirlwind Adept. We're not that aggressive. It just dies to so many things. Versus this can maybe help, you know, get something out of the way to, like, get Sorin attacked into. This is kind of nice to counter Sorin. My opponent didn't see it last turn, so kind of interested in that. Is there anything else I don't like? This guy's late. Can I afford to get there? I like my other dudes. Meandering Tower Shell? I think we're going to cut this guy. It's harder to cast. We have, again, lots of things to do at 5. I like this one a little bit better. Yeah, it's one of the double greens. And it's just so slow. I'm just worried about Soren. The other cards I think I can deal with. So yeah, we'll cut him. Bring in our 2 spells, taking out 2 cards, but I think we're good. Yes, I'll play first again. Which I still think is correct. Alright, we gotta keep. We got a Embodiment of Spring, Secret Plans. We should start drawing into more stuff. We can get a forest or a mountain if we need it. We have a Mystic of the Hidden Way, which is pretty good. Opponent's mulliganing to 6. And we got our defense up. Okay. Opponent's got nothing. Nice land, though. Very nice land. Alright, well, we're curving out pretty well. We're going to be able to get our Mystic on turn 3. Gives us a 2/3 dude, which is nice. There's no reason to do anything here. Yeah, that's correct. What else you got? Gain a life? Go for it. Alright, that's nice. Couple of removal spells. We can hopefully start bashing in with this guy for 3 a turn. If my opponent has nothing, that's great. Probably has something, though. What you got? Did I have 6? I should have 6. Ice Feather even. That makes me just want to go ahead and cast it down as a 2/3. My opponent's not blocking. And yeah, I want the card, but I don't need the card right away. I'd rather develop the board since I have stuff to be doing already. And I'm winning combat right now anyway. Alrighty. Opponent block attacks in. We'll just block with a bottom mana spring. There's not enough mana yet for this guy to get super pumped up. Soren comes down. We don't have quite enough. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, we do. We have just enough mana to get it. The vampire could come out. Here's Bring Low. Okay, that was bound to happen. We still get attacks in, which is nice. Things my opponent will have the 5 manners soon. We're not going to use the Singing Bell Strike. We'll keep Force Away up, so we'll go in on the attacks and then morph our guy to get that extra point through and to draw our card. Come on, there we go. Ooh, and another guy. Alright, I'm going to keep our Force Away available for silly shonans. This is great. We can block if my opponent plays the 5th land and wants to try to like morph to eat the embodiment, which doesn't even matter much. But then we can Force Away really just to blank my opponent's turn. Bounces it and can't play anything. And we get to play this tempo game nicely. I wish we had more pressure on the board, but such is the life. Yeah, this is easily gonna... If it's the Ponyback Brigade, that's gonna be a bummer, because I don't really get a whole lot, but I can't do anything about it anyway. It's not the end of the world. Oh, nothing. Opponent's just going in for it. Maybe knows about Force Away, is playing around it. Different people have different experiences in how often they've drafted already. Some of maybe grinding all day, or they've had some good paper drafts, so they kind of already know. Or they're just really good players and can look at a... I'm not going to waste the Force Away. They can just kind of look at a format and kind of know instinctually what's going on. This could be fun, just to see what the morph is. But I kind of feel like I have better things to do with my mana. Like play my other Mystic. I'm playing 3 a turn and always keeping Force Away up, I'm in a pretty good spot. I think I want to do that instead of tap out and play the Smoke Teller. I like having Force Away available. What is this? Oh, I see. That's nice. So my opponent did play around Force Away, which is smart. I'm still going to go ahead and force it away in order to not take this swing. My opponent could play a spell and just recast it, but we're still going to be a good spot hitting for 6 next turn, and then we can Singing Bell strike it pretty well. Doing this before blockers, in case I want to end up blocking for some reason, but I don't. Alright. So my opponent has a land, can go ahead and play it out. Yeah, just hard cast it. Or play something else, of course. Ooh, okay, a 4/5. That's a thing, alright. Considering I might have forced away before attacks, that could have been an option. But we're going to hit for 6 this turn and draw a card. And still be able to play one of our other dudes. So that's kind of nice. So what else are we getting? Another land, okay. We're gonna say the Singing Bell Strike for the 4/4 lifelink dude. Try to eat my opponent's mana a whole lot before lifelink becomes relevant. Did I play a land this turn? I did not. So I'm gonna play the Mistfire Weaver. We'll take 4, but I don't care about that. I just want another evasion dude next turn, and I think it's worth it to cast it face down and spend the extra mana to draw the card, versus like playing a Smoke Teller now and then just casting this. Plus this is way better because I can get the card and I want to summon signals next turn. So it's definitely worth it. If my opponent doesn't have a flyer, then we could just be getting this game right now. 1 card in hand is the lifelinker, of course. Interesting. No attack with the Saddle Brute. It's not like these guys. I mean, these guys could be playing like a bounce or playing around a removal spell, but I have to have double bounce, right? Because there's got to be at least a creature coming down. So trying to pressure me a little bit, I think makes sense because these are inevitable. All right, there goes one of the guys. That's it. All right. I don't think I have enough to pump. Bummer, I couldn't have done this in response and had hexproof, but that's okay. We're going to attack for 6 in the air. Opponent's down to 1. Let's see what my other card is. Target creature control gains hexproof. Okay, Mystic of the Way gets hexproof. What else do I have? Another land. Okay. So we'll just play the Smoke Teller and hang on to the Singing Bell Strike in hopes to, you know, surprise my opponent in case, like, my guys get taken care of somehow. Like my opponent's deck, though. All very good cards. And, of course, Soren's fine. Duh. The Aven just got it. Got eaten. Yeah, I think I like the sideboard with the 2 extra cards we brought in to get the 2 dorky creatures, so we'll keep it that way. Ugh. On to a third game, and this time we'll be on the draw. My opponent can have some explosive starts based on the cards we've seen. But the opponent's mana base isn't that way. Playing a lot of the inner taps battlefield, so won't be too far behind. Oh wow, this is a nice hand. 2-drop into some of our morph dudes, into more aggression. Let's try to see if my opponent stumbles if we can't. Try to put some early pressure out. Get some nice cards. Might even just play the Ice Feather even without morph. Nah, that's silly. We'll start getting our dudes out. Start with the Smoke Teller. Ooh, we have all of our colors. Even our splash. And then probably we'll turn 3 Jeskai Wind Scout, and then we'll start bumping into these guys. Well, it seems like a good idea. This is immediate evasion. Hooded Hydra. Maybe I take the risk and rock it out now? No, we'll still play the Jeskai Wind Scout. Keep the Smoke Teller back to defend a Goblin. Could take a trick or something, but I mean, I don't really care. As long as it gets a card, I'm happy. Pretty nice my opponent was able to cast it double red right away. Okay, opponent's starting to dig. That's okay. Discards a plains. Has the manas out. We do get attack for 2. Oh no, there goes the injury. Gotta draw out those removal spells though, especially when I have other nice cards in hand. Better cards, in fact. If I draw a land here, alright, what do I do? Do I play the Hooded Hydra? Because one land gets it flipped up next turn, and that's just a beating. I could want to try to protect it from another removal spell. My opponent has a bunch in the deck. It does buy me a lot of time. But then what's my next turn's play? I think the upside's pretty strong if I can get this Hooded Hydra turned over next turn. If it takes a removal spell, I still have some really good threats to follow up with, so that's nice. I'm going to go for the risk here. Mainly because the injury, the first removal spell did take out the flyer. It means there's a little bit more of a chance of it being clear. And my opponent wastes, turn 5 using it premier removal on this, which is certainly a good thing to do, then we're not in super bad shape. A little sketchy if I end up not getting a land, but again, the upside's too high, and we gotta start playing our other ones. My opponent's already shown that it's okay to go ahead and go for like the second morph, so putting the best morph down first is kind of nice. Roar of Challenge. Okay, so we didn't get there. We need 5 to make that guy huge. Still okay. Problem is, 5 is where our game just really gets turned on. We can play a morph and keep Force Away up and all those fun things. For now, what do I want? I think we play the Ice Feather even, because I think my opponent has shown that willingness to go ahead and target the second morph, and even though I don't want that guy gone, my opponent might feel like that was a good value and not worth trying to get the Hydra. For some reason that happens. And I'll take 2 from this guy, even though it could be the 4/4 lifelinker. Though I wanted to try to be aggressive with this hand, I don't think I'm going to have that ability. So I'm looking to grind out the game, and I'm not going to just like put the Smoke Teller, make my opponent morph, and then have it eaten. I'm not excited for that. Yep, no blocks. I'll wait till I have a Force Away available for that. My opponent lets it go. So I'm very glad about that. Please not Soren. Alright, big old dude's not great. Savage Punch. I need lands, man. I think we're going to go ahead and morph the Aven. Just to put my opponent back and start attacking in for 2. Since I can't really block this guy yet. My opponent's already... it could just be a repeat of next turn. I just need to get some more lands. Because I can't really handle a 4-5 at the moment until I get more lands. Yes! Use the ability, go! Quickly! Time is of the essence. Probably the same attack, I would presume. Same play? Or do you have a better card that you drew? Same play. Alright. But you overtapped your mana, friend. It's only cost 4. Land. Pinewalker. Good card. Really need that 5th land. If I had even just like a second island, I could look at the morph. But I think we just have to play the Mystic. Do I trade or force my opponent to morph it? It just seems so bad. Taking a bunch of damage. What can I do? Really nothing. If I have Ferocious online, the Savage Punch could start taking out this guy, but that's not going to happen. I could 2-for-1 myself. Savage Punch the Morph. I think we're just taking some bad beats right now. Oy. So if that's the case, we just progress the board. Put a Mystic out. Just going to attack for 2 in the air because I'm not blocking with my flyer. If I don't draw a land next turn, I'm going to be in some pretty tough shape. Comes big old boy. Hitting hard. Do I take 6 or do I make my opponent do the morph? I almost feel like at this point it isn't the 4/4 lifelinker, but my opponent could have just been playing patiently. If that's the case, maybe I just double block. It's the only one I've seen so far, but if it's like a 5/5 or something, then I just get hosed if I double block. Gotta take it. Means I should attack the smoke. No, my opponent had defenses up last turn. Means I should be attacking the smoke tiller though, if like I already have enough goblin blockers. If Soren comes down, I'm in really rough shape. Bring low. Good. Prioritizing the later morphs keeps my good morph around. Not excited by any means, but might be able to get in this if I draw a land and able to like surprise block here. Opponent is out of cards, so that's nice. I could just play the Pinewalker. It's just as good on defense. Hard cast it as a 5/5. Develop the board, keep the Hooded Hydra as like the backup. I think I like that quite a bit. I could play Morph and have Force Away available, but I think that's for later anyway. And then we also might even add like Savage Punch or Roar of Town or something up later. Soon enough, I should say. So yeah, that's the game plan. We'll try to whittle away with the flyer while keeping the Pine Walker as our big beefy block dude. If it stays alive when we morph this guy, we'll be able to get someone pretty hard. Let's see what my opponent's willing to risk here. I have to be aware of Trumpet Blast with this many creatures on the table. My opponent could just try to go for it. If Trumpet Blast exists, am I just dead anyway? Let's say we block 2 goblins and a big dude, right? Probably want to block the 2/2 to try to stay alive after Trumpet Blast. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so we have to block a big guy and try to offer these trades in some way. I really need this guy to stay alive though. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 10. So if my opponent has Trumpet Blast, I'm dead, which is kind of what my opponent's representing here, which means I have to play around it. And if that's the case, we want to... How do we want to max it? It sucks because this guy's going to die no matter what, because my opponent's totally telegraphing this. This is 3, 6, 9. That puts me down to 1 of Trumpet Blast, so I have to block all these 3 dudes. Oh, this sucks. But hopefully the Pine Walker stays alive. I definitely want the Pine Walker to stay alive through a Trumpet Blast, so it's going on one of the morphs. I think this one's the worst morph. I'm not too sure. My opponent's been attacking recklessly, and maybe they would just have traded, I don't know. So if this is the case, these guys are both hitting the bin anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Hopefully there's no trample guy along with it. This guy's something... I'm just thinking more than likely my opponent's going to keep around this one. But then actually that's probably the better one anyway, right? And unless it's the 5/5, and even then they do trade. It's not fantastic, but they trade. Alright, we're going to go like this. Those are the blocks. I think this is the better morph, so I want to eat that if I can. Play around the Trumpet Blast. Could still just happen anyway. Ooh, Throttle. That's no fun. Bummer. War Behemoth was the dude. What else you got? Leaping Master. Oi. Alright, we need some major defense now. And we don't really have it. So Force Away has to take out this guy. There's a lot of damage coming by. I don't think we're going to be able to get this. So what, I play a morph, so at least I have another creature, and then I force away that? That sucks. Yeah, I think my opponent's got me here. My two, like, the Pine Walker and the Hooded Hydra blowout was just a bummer. I was playing on Trumpet. My opponent was right to be like, alright, I'm going to Trumpet Blast, or represent Trumpet Blast. Could still have it again, just attack with everything. Can't do anything about it. Alright, you're going on the flying route. Flyers block each other. Morph blocks here. But then I'm costed in having to bump this guy. Maybe I just eat a goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if the morphs trade. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that works. It's not great for me. Maybe I just eat 2 goblins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I take 5 down to 2. If this guy does flip up, that's going to be kind of hard. I just don't know what the under 5 mana flips are, but none of them go more than 2, right? Because the morphs should trade then? Yeah, so we're going to trade the morphs off. and then eat a goblin. And Trumpet Blast gets me no matter what. That's 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so that's happening. Opponent can just replay it. I'm not in a good spot. I'm just staying alive. But, you know, while taking 4 damage down to 3. What other morph did my opponent have? Ooh, Battle Guide. I guess I won on that exchange, but still, my opponent gets another 4 or 5. A lethal creature, no less. Something to combat that? No. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm dead. I could Savage Punch and kill a goblin, but it's still lethal on the crackback. I don't have any of my big dudes to make the ferocious thing work out. So that's it. Just leave up all the manas, see if my opponent plays conservatively, and I get to survive a turn. But I doubt that's going to happen. And we concede. Good games, opponent. Good games. Oh, bummer. I thought we had a chance there once we got our Hydra and our Pinewalker out. But I was wrong. They got eaten by a throttle. Boom. Dead. On to round 3.